Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting and give you my opinion on them, including today. T-Mobile really wants you to ditch Comcast and Spectrum. They're launching a new service to make that even easier with it. We'll tell you what's happening. Dish, basically a massive change in its vision as its wireless plans may be in trouble. Are they returning to focusing on TV? We'll break down what's happening. And Pluto TV has a new channel for Star Trek fans. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you like what we do here, please check out the show notes and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can see them for yourself and read and let me know what you think of the stories. I'd love to hear your opinion. If you're new here and you like what we do, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. We post videos almost every day covering the world of cord cutting here. With that said, let's dive into it. T-Mobile has been slowly building up a home internet service. Of course, we know the 5G home internet. It's been growing by leaps and bounds recently, but they've also been buying up smaller fiber companies to build a fiber network. Now, on Thursday, June 5th, they are going to be launching their own fiber service called T-Mobile Fiber. Now, with this, you're going to be able to buy fiber directly from T-Mobile. They've already done that in limited areas, but they're coming as they buy the fiber provider Lumas with this, and you'll be able to get a bunch of good deals with it as they try to go head-to-head with Comcast and Spectrum and other cable TV providers, including a 5-year price lock guarantee, $500 down for $60 a month with an auto pay with a voice line, or $75 without, a gig, 2 gigs, and a Founders Club here with a 2 gig plan for $70 a month with auto pay, no voice line required, and double the guarantee with a 10-year price lock on that. Excuse me, not a bad deal with that. Now, check it out. If you've been thinking about getting, if you have T-Mobile Wireless, there's some really good deals here with this. But it's very interesting to see T-Mobile as Comcast and Spectrum and others dive headlong into wireless to try to save their business. T-Mobile is saying, you know, we need to diversify into fiber for home internet and not just rely on our wireless services. It's interesting. It's like the Comcast and Spectrum are going towards wireless as T-Mobile is going towards fiber, hardwired line service again. Both sides are trying to diversify, and both have a lot to do with the growth of cord cutting as they try to figure out a way forward. If you want to see all the plans with this and sign up and check it out, again, it launches officially tomorrow. Check out the T-Mobile link in our story down in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. And I do believe that T-Mobile actually has several other deals in the works to pick up some other fiber companies. But for now, they're continuing to roll out their footprint, expanding slowly to offer T-Mobile fiber in more areas. Speaking of companies trying to find a way forward, Dish, in our next story, is kind of leaning back into TV. They've placed an order for a new satellite to offer TV service from space. This comes as a lot of talk from DirecTV has is that they may be backing off on plans for new satellites as they push everybody towards internet. Dish says, well, you know, there's probably going to be a market for a while still for satellite, and so they're leaning into that. Now, this comes as Dish basically says, with the current FCC, according to a report here from Space News, with this uncertainty over our spectrum rights because of the FCC investigation, has effectively frozen our ability to make decisions regarding our boost business. Okay, let's break this down. The FCC is investigating Dish over if they're using their spectrum correctly and meeting the goals they were supposed to keep the spectrum. What's the spectrum? It's the 5G networks that they've got rights to right now to build out their own network. They've been slowly building out their own 5G network to compete with Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T. So they don't have to buy rights to it anymore. FCC's launched an investigation. SpaceX wants that, and also says that Dish is interfering with their signals, and it's outside the range they should be. Now, with apparently FCC investigating that, Dish is basically saying we're putting all that on pause and we're returning to television. Be interesting to see how that plays out. For now, it is quite clear though that Dish has an uncertain future, not just in the television world, but also with its wireless business, which was long seen to be the main focus of the company going forward. That 5G and becoming the fourth, well, they are the fourth largest, focusing on being the fourth largest provider of wireless service in the United States would be their new focus. With the FCC throwing a little wrench into that, we'll see what happens. Will they actually put more effort into Dish and Sling TV? We'll see. Next up, Pluto TV is a new channel for fans of Star Trek. It's a new Star Trek motion picture channel. It's a collection of all the Star Trek movies. Now, when I checked out the lineup, it does seem to be heavier on the newer movies, but I did see a few older movies, including Generations and Back from there on it. First Contact was also listed there and more. Instead of just having a Star Trek channel that sometimes does TV shows, sometimes does movies, this channel is nothing but movies. It's part of a growing lineup of Star Trek channels on Pluto TV. Check it out. There's a link to it in our story. Are you ready? Speaking of Star Trek, are you ready for a TV history that's going to make you feel old? 56 years ago yesterday, the final episode of the original Star Trek show ended on NBC. On June 3rd, 1969, I try to jump that forward quite a bit, the final episode of the original Star Trek show aired. After the third season was very much in doubt if it would happen, it did, help pushing it into syndication, where in reruns the show would find an even bigger audience. And fan conventions and the story, we all know it, eventually led to a motion picture, the Star Trek Next Generation, and from there, the rest is history. But the original show came to an end 56 years ago this year. All right, Fubo has struck a new multi-year deal with DAZN, the sports TV network with this. And with this, the new DAZN 1 will now be available as a standalone subscription with this. They will also kind of partner on Fubo's own sports streaming one. Details are very vague, but they do say more content, more deals with DAZN and Fubo are coming here in the future. What that looks like, we'll have to wait and see. But Fubo expanding its content lineup by striking a deal with DAZN. I know I'm gonna get tons of comment. What about like Warner Brothers content? No word, no even hints that there are talks in the works right now. I would be shocked if there's not, but there's just been nothing right now. Next up, YouTube TV is getting more locals. The CW updated its website, which was spotted by some Redditors, that more CW channels that are currently not on YouTube TV will be coming over the next couple months. This includes ones like Suffolk Falls, South Dakota, Panama City, Florida, Watertown, New York, Charlottesville, Virginia, and more. Fargo, North Dakota, Columbus, Georgia, Bangor, Maine, and the list goes on. If you want to see if your local CW, which you may not have now, is part of the ones coming to the YouTube TV, check out the link in the show notes for more. All right, speaking of YouTube TV, now this was first noticed on YouTube TV, but it seems to be rolling out to other places, that Turner Classic Movies yesterday stopped working on it. Everything was listed as not available for streaming, and all the content for days on end were blacked out when I looked at one point. Now, what was available and what wasn't was constantly changing. Sometimes it would be like, oh, in a few hours, the content will return. Tomorrow, the content will return. Thursday, the content will return. Seems to be some issue here with the rights. We are unsure if it was actual issues with the rights or if there is an issue with how it's being flagged in the YouTube TV system. Now, this first appeared on YouTube TV. We have since then gotten reports that Hulu also had a little bit less of an issue, but a similar issue with it. We've reached out to Google for comment on this and have not received a reply at the time of this recording to what's happening. If that changes, check out the show notes for and the story for an update. And lastly, MeTV has a special happening starting on June 6th, a week-long MASH tribute. If you are a fan of MASH, from June's, actually right now it ends on June 6th, so happening right now every night. There's a special lineup of special episodes of MASH with special little features involved with it. If you want to check it out, MASH has a lot of great content on MeTV happening now. Well, that's it for today. Hey, I see a lot in the comments of asking about cord cutting tech support and cord cutting related questions. Very hard to give support in comments on YouTube. We have a Facebook group meant to do that. Cord cutting tech support on Facebook, link in the show notes. Problem is, like if I would comment to you, YouTube doesn't actually give me a notification when you comment back. I have to go back and remember to look. Not only that, but we get so many comments, hundreds of comments on some videos, it can get lost. So if you're looking for tech support, check out our Core Cars News tech support, the Core Tech Support group. Over 100,000 core cutters there. All other core cutters trying to help core cutters share information and more. Check it out. A lot of great resources there for core cutters. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care. Be safe. I'll be back again real soon.